Hey everybody, welcome back. Happy 4th of July to everyone. It is summer here and I absolutely am loving it. With summer comes with great books and summer events for comic books. So I'm really excited to dive into this week's July 6th, 2022 top 10 picks. But first, please be sure to subscribe, like the video, and comment down below what you're picking up this week. I love finding out what everybody is reading. I love taking interest in those comics as well. So please let me know what everybody's reading. Starting off with my top picks, number 10 is going to be Joker number 15. Now, finally, the last issue of Joker, and although it hasn't been my favorite run, it still has been a very interesting ride, and I'm wondering how it will end. We don't know much on how Gordon gets away and out of Texas, or what happens to Bane and Vigilante. Do they reunite and bond as father and daughter, or do they go their separate ways and seek vengeance elsewhere? Not too sure. Plus, what does the Clown Prince really have up his sleeves? We're not too sure, but I am dying to find out in this issue. Plus, there's a really cool modern day homage of Killing Joke with Joker, instead of a camera, has a cell phone, which I find it very funny and interesting. So, excited to see how this ends. Hopefully, it's a really good conclusion. There is some great covers, like I said, and yeah, hopefully we get a nice wrap up to the Joker storyline. And my number 9 spot, it's going to be a comic called Absolution Number 1. It's an AWA book written by Peter Milligan and drawn by Mike Deodato Jr. I am a huge Deodato fan, so I will probably pick up pretty much any comic he does with the interiors work. But I also have really grown to like and enjoy Peter Milligan's stories as well. Let alone, it's an AWA book, and I've really been enjoying these storylines. I think they read very much like a movie or TV show, and I think they're just really fun and interesting, and they bring a new flavor to the independent world, in my opinion. So this one sounds incredibly interesting. It's about a woman named Nina Ryan who's a hired killer, and she's suffering after she's gone into retirement. But what is she up to? She's trying to find absolution for all of her past crimes. However, there is a time limit to these because she does have a bomb implanted into her brain that can literally explode at any point in time. So it kind of gives me very Suicide Squad-esque vibes mixed with like hired assassin, James Bond thriller. And I'm really excited to see how this world reinvents this classic storyline trope into a brand new version. I'm really looking forward to this. Hopefully it's a really good one. Like I said, most AWAs I have read have been really good, and they can get optioned for movies and TV shows too. They are easy pickings. So yeah, really looking forward to that one. And my number 8 spot is going to go to Batman 89 number 6. It is the last issue of Batman 89, and I've really been enjoying Sam Hamm's and Joe Quinones' art on this. I think they have been a really great pair. I've really been enjoying this run, but it has taken a really long time to come out. So it's been really long between 4 and 5, and then 5 and 6. But finally, we're going to get that showdown between Batman and Two-Face and how that is going to come out to play. Honestly, I'm really excited to see more about the Robin because he was some of my favorite parts. I did love the Harvey Dent scenes as well. So what does this mean for Gotham's future? I mean, we're hopefully going to find out in this. And yeah, I've had a great time. And my number 7 spot is going to go to Ghost Rider number 4, written by Benjamin Percy, drawn by Corey Smith, and honestly, I've been loving this Ghost Rider story. I do have a small complaint that there's not enough Ghost Rider, but I do think we're going to get to that point where he is a lot in it, and this is kind of just like the build-up, but overall, I've really been enjoying this. I feel like it has a mysterious, almost serial killer-esque tropes to it, which I find very endearing and interesting, and honestly really perfect for the Ghost Rider character. So in the last issue, he just got taken by this semi-truck demon driver, and what does he really have in store for him? How will all of this unravel with Johnny Blaze and his memory? Plus the FBI is after him, so really interesting how all of this is going to end up colliding into one, probably the new issue number 5 or 6. It's probably all going to start making sense to us, but personally, I've really been enjoying this run, and I can't wait to see more. In my number 6 spot, it's going to go to Flashpoint Beyond number 3. Now, I've been loving Flashpoint Beyond. I think it is a great murder mystery on trying to find out who this Clockwork Killer is. I think Jeff Johns is doing a really great job blending in his past storyline with Flashpoint, his more modern day Doomsday Clock, as well as this brand new storyline, and kind of balancing all of them at once. And this one is no exception. Although I really enjoy Dark Crisis, I do think Flashpoint Beyond is the better event title at the moment. And this one, it looks like we're finally getting that Superman, that Flashpoint Beyond Superman in this issue. And what exactly is going to go down between Thomas Wayne and Superman, I'm not too certain, but hopefully he can find more answers on who this Clockwork Killer is, because I'm just dying to know. Plus, all the Rip Hunter, Time Hunters things going on in our current time is incredibly interesting too, so I am dying to find out how this is going to intertwine with Dr. Manhattan's plan from Doomsday Clock, and yeah, it just seems like a really great issue, and I can't wait. In my number 5 spot is none other than one of my favorite books so far to come out this year, Little Monsters number 5. I think Jeff Lemire and Dustin Nguyen are a dream team, and I absolutely love them. And with the aftermath of the last issue, it was crazy, and my mind was like, oh no, I'm sad, I'm angry, I'm excited to see what happens next, but it definitely seems like the kids are starting to separate themselves. One path is going to help the human girl Laura try to escape, and the other path just wants to go down this dark route of feeding off of people and really becoming the vampires that they are. So having the combination of it is just so incredible, and I am on my tippy toes, just so nervous and excited to see what happens next in this issue on Wednesday. In my number 4 spot is going to be none other than Closet number 2. James Tynion doing a fantastic job at what he knows best, independent horror. And this story just is a very simple story, but if you were afraid of the dark as a kid, this is really going to resonate with you. So it looks like after the events of last issue, the family is up and moving, and it seems like no matter where they go, even if they're at a friend's house, the monster is still following the child. And it seems like this monster is not necessarily just the monster from the closet, it's something deep inside the child. So in my opinion, I think it's going to be a form of some sort of like depression or something like that that leeches onto you and kind of just like feeds off of you, and it's kind of similar to that, but just in a very scary monster form that, unfortunately the kid just keeps having to see. So I'm dying to know the real meaning behind this monster, and I can't wait to see how all of this will unravel. In my 3rd spot is going to be Twig number 3. I love Twig. I think Twig is a totally fun, new, unique adventure for anybody that loves Bone or stories like that. Scotty Young and Kyle Strahan are just doing an incredible job. I love Twig. I love his adventure right now, and I even love Splat even more. I think Splat is like this cool, fun adventure friend that follows Twig down the way, and I just love how like small things like not being able to wake up on time really has affected this adventure all the way through. And yeah, I think this is going to be a great story. I think it's going to be a huge Eisner win for both of them, and I love how I'm able to sell this to not only adults that really like Scotty Young, but also children who have never read a Scotty Young and this is their first comic. I just find that really awesome, and I hope more people read this book. Now, my number 2 spot is also going to another Scotty Young. It's Strange Academy number 18, and this is the last issue of this, let's say, like, session 1 of Strange Academy. We are told there is going to be another Strange Academy after this. We just don't know when that will come into play or what time period that is. But it's been so long since issue 17, and I've been dying to know what's happening. Because at the end of issue number 17, we found out that the kids are gonna leave Strange Academy. They are pissed off, and they want pretty much revenge against the teachers and everything that they've had to be put through this past year. And it just seems like things will never be the same again. And I'm nervous. I want to see what happened with Doyle. I want to see how Emily leaves this revolution. I want to see how all of this entails and combines into one. But I am scared for the school year. So I cannot wait for this issue. It's probably going to be the first one I read. And yeah, I'm really, really, really excited. Now, before I get to my number one, there is a few honorable mentions. I have so many comics that come out this week and every week that it's just so hard to talk about all of them. But we also have Amazing Spider-Man number 5, Black Adam Justice Society Files Hawkman. That ties directly into the movie, and if you really want to find out these characters, this is going to be the best way to do so. Captain America Sentinel of Liberty number 2, Carnage number 4, Dark Crisis number 2, DC vs. Vampires number 7, Firepower number 22. Firepower is not getting the love it deserves, and I really want everybody to read that because it is a really fun martial arts comic. Philadelphia number 23, with the revolution of George Washington coming into play. It's been just a crazy arc. Multiversity Teen Justice number 2. I had a really great fun time with issue number 1, so I'm really looking forward to that one. Once and Future number 27. Poison Ivy number 2. I'm really sad that couldn't make my top, but I really loved the first issue, and there's a gorgeous Jenny Frison cover for that as well. Prometheus 1313 number 1. This seems like a really cool sci-fi horror book by Ablaze, and I'm really interested in the homage covers. They seem really cool. Saga number 60. I mean, Saga has been like on my list all the time, and this is the last of the story arc. It's just, I have so many good ones this week. Starhenge Dragon and Boar number 1. This is a Liam Sharp book by Image. He is doing the art and writing, and it seems like a incredible sci-fi adventure that I am dying to check out. What If Miles Morales number 5, the last one of that very controversial comic, and Excellent number 5 as well. So there's all these and so many more. But down to my number 1 spot, it has to go to Batman 125, written by Chip Zdarsky and drawn by Jorge Jimenez. Now, I am a big Chip Zdarsky fan. I think Chip Zdarsky has an incredible writing sense to him. I think what he's done with the Daredevil storyline in particular has been some of his best work yet, and honestly a savior at Marvel in my eyes. That's one of my favorite comics, and I think that comic has opened a lot of people's eyes on how cool Daredevil can be. And I think with Batman having a hard time trying to get a new writer after Tynion left and then Williamson left, and now we have Chip Zdarsky, I think it was a perfect choice. I think Chip Zdarsky is going to handle Batman in such a great way by having him still be a hero that everyone loves, not killing people, but still have that darkness to him, that grimness, and he's going to introduce new characters, new villains. In this one, it's a villain called Failsafe. He looks incredibly crazy, high tech, and I am just dying to know, wow, how this run is gonna go. Like, I am really, really excited for this. I know tons of people have gotten back excited for Batman just because he's going to be writing it. So I think this comic's gonna be huge. I think Batman's gonna be the bestseller this week by far, and I cannot wait to see what he has in store for us. So that's going to be it. Those are my top 10 picks for July 6, 2022. But I want to know what you guys are picking up. There's going to be all this and many more at your local comic book shop this Wednesday. Have a great day.